Good evening, everyone. Just wanted to send a quick update on my way back from Cleveland from a full day of working on a personal growth plan with a professional I greatly respect. Reached out to me and said, I want to get some clarity going into 25, so let's get together. So I did a full day up there and now heading back to the Columbus area where I live. But I just wanted to share a couple notes from our conversation together that I think would be helpful if you're debating about whether this could be of value to you. So some of the notes were learning some best practices and some hacks about how to genuinely, authentically connect with ideal prospects, centers of influence on LinkedIn. Built quite a network, learning how to do that organically and effectively and authentically. And so those was a highlight. Getting an overview and a big picture and talking that through, sharing that with someone kind of as a sounding board for ideas. Getting to speak out loud what's been in your mind or in your notes is tremendously helpful. Critical thinking, really diving into detail. We had 10 pages of notes that we went through that I brought with me. Some of the answers he already provided, if kind of laying out his North Stars, he had that fairly well defined. We were just really starting to dive into great detail and critical thinking on that. Identifying highest and best use of his time. That was another thing that was super helpful for him. Verbalization, so verbalizing the concepts. It's one thing to have it in your mind or down on paper, but when you express it to someone else, that has more of a power and an impact as you're working through fleshing out and getting details, specifics for an idea. It also helped identify, here's what 2025 looks like. What needs to be on my radar for 2026? So I'm crock-potting this. I'm aware of this. This is in front of me as I'm going into 2025 of these are important, but they're not urgent enough for me to take action on it right now or perhaps even in 25, but it needs to be on my radar so that when 26 comes around, this could be moving to the forefront. That's some firsthand feedback. I thought that might be helpful because sometimes you're wondering, okay, growth strategy, yeah, it might be good for me to kind of have an idea of where I'm going, but I know I have an idea of where I'm going. But do you have this kind of clarity? Do you have 7 hours with a person that comes in with pages of notes, questions ready to ask about you and your vision and your mission and your goals, and then really getting into details, diving in? If this would be a help to you to really build, and what I'm going to deliver to him is a multi-page report on here's what we talked about, here's what we summarized, next best steps, best practices. He's going to get a roadmap for 2025. He already had a tremendous amount of clarity, but all of these details of what we discussed put together in one place that he can bring in digitally to his to-do list as the year unfolds and delegate certain tasks to his virtual assistant. All of that is what he's going to get as a deliverable from working with me. If this would be of a help to you, whether you're a solopreneur, business owner, maybe an executive leader or a business leader, if you're in ministry, if you're a nonprofit, if you're in leadership of any kind, if this would be helpful for you, reach out, have a conversation with me. My Calendly link is here in the email, or excuse me, in the post. Contact me. Let's talk for 15 minutes. See if we're aligned. See if we could be a good fit, because I would love to do the thing for you that I am now doing for him. This client's going to be fantastic to work with. I enjoyed our time. It flew, but I have pages of detailed notes and feedback and action steps for him. He was very grateful for our time together. I'd love to do the same for you. I hope to talk to you soon.